Are we live?
YouTube is, Facebook is not yet.
The camera looks like it's pointed down.
Upper picture is on, so would you like to go live now?
And we can also chat. This is going to take me a while to get this done, so.
Okay, let's go. There you go. You're live.
Hello, everybody. This is Annette from Money Smart Family and Steve. And tonight we're showing you how to put together a holiday party. I am working on centerpieces. And I clipped some of our eucalyptus tree. Steve is going to be talking about some of the games that we're going to be playing. And we want to hear what you guys are doing. How are you preparing? Are you having an event? Are you going to an event? What are you doing this weekend? So when I make centerpieces, basically, I'm taking things from around our property, the greenery from around our property. And I know some of you don't have a whole lot of green yet. You may be in the throes of winter. You may be just starting to have spring. I hope you're not. I mean, I'm sure some of you are in very cold places right now because I know the whole Midwest and the East Coast kind of got a cold snap. We're having record-breaking heat, which is ridiculous. So chime in, say hi, tell us where you're from, tell us how cold it is. That's always my favorite thing to hear about, how cold it is where you live.
Joanne from Minnesota says it's 22 degrees there.
Oh my gosh, that's so cold.
Bev says hi from Virginia.
Hi, Bev. Hi from Minnesota. I can't even imagine 20 degrees. Woo! Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but right now I'm just taking sprigs of eucalyptus. It stays green all year long here. And I'm putting it into some short glass vases that will go on our eating table. And it takes a while to do this, but it's a whole lot of fun when you can make your own greenery centerpieces. I actually got this idea off of Pinterest, and we are on Pinterest. If you search for Annette-Money Smart Family, you should be able to find us on Pinterest. Okay, so I'm finding all different heights of stuff, and I'm cutting them to fit.
Jen from Pensacola, Florida says hi, and Edgar says hello too.
Hi, welcome to all of you, Edgar, Jennifer, even those in the cold country, welcome. Okay, so I'm starting with eucalyptus.
Laura Ford says it's 30 degrees in Canada.
Oh, 30 degrees, wow.
Alex is from Utah. Alex Michael, he's online. He says hi.
Hi, Alex. Golly,
this is how cold it is in Utah, but I imagine it's kind of
It's
cold.
pretty cold. I think it's still pretty cold everywhere except here.
Lori says hello from Pennsylvania, 36 degrees.
Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry.
So if you do an Easter egg hunt and it's freezing, what happens to the egg?
You can't. Yeah, how do you do that if you live in really, really cold countries? Do you have an indoor Easter egg hunt? Do you go to the mall? What do you do? Like, we're going to have record-breaking temperatures here tomorrow. It is going to be...
Wait, so you said tomorrow, and they know it's Friday, so you're going to have to explain why
tomorrow. Yeah, I got to explain that. Okay, so basically what we do is we have our Easter celebration on Saturday. because our kids are married now and there's a lot of in-law stuff going on, and I don't want to cause conflict for our kids with their in-laws. So we have a Saturday celebration and we invite all the in-laws to come to ours. Now, all of them can't come, but we do invite them. And it's pretty fun. We have an Easter egg hunt, and we're going to talk about all the rest. I don't want to give it away, but Steve is going to share some of the games that we play. And it works out really, really well. Our kids don't feel torn between having to go one place or another or make a choice. They can do ours and they can do stuff with their in-laws, and it works out really, really well. Okay, so anybody answer my question? What do you do for an Easter egg hunt when you live in the cold country where it's freezing and you can't really be outside? How do you deal with that?
Well, nobody's answered that, but
okay.
Lori says that they're having snow there on Easter, so maybe you hunt for snowballs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to butcher your name. Jacinda, I think it's Jacinda.
Jacinda.
Says from North Carolina, says it snowed here last week and 75 degrees today. We're all over the place.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
Brittany says it's 32 degrees in Michigan. And Angela from New Zealand says it's 24 degrees Celsius, which is 75.2 Fahrenheit.
Wow. Well, we have you all beat, which is crazy. I mean, I know we're not in a race or anything, but we're going to have record-breaking temperatures tomorrow. It's going to be 90-something here, which is crazy for March. I don't want it to be 90-something. None of us want it to be 90-something. We'd rather it be 70-something. Wow. So somebody has to answer my burning question. What do you do for an Easter egg hunt when it's freezing? When you literally have snow, what do you do? How do you do an Easter egg hunt? How do you pull that off? I know somebody's going to answer my question. Okay.
Edgar Stewart from Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
Let's see who else is here. Just checking. We got 10 people watching on YouTube. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, we are. That's awesome.
And over on Facebook, I can't tell how many people. We got lots of people chiming in. Ashley says hi.
Hi, Ashley.
Andrea from Montana says it's in the 30s there. Lori says what they use are plastic eggs. The kids are so excited they don't mind the cold.
Oh my gosh, they still go outside. That's crazy. Woo!
Hold on, let's see. Sandy says hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Andrea says we hide them in the house.
Okay, in the house. That makes sense.
Makes good sense.
Yes.
Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, nope, that's it for now.
Okay. Easter egg hunts in the house. That makes sense. That is definitely tricky, but it makes sense.
We weren't planning on talking about it, but we did the Easter, the jelly bean trails in the house. And sometimes we're outside the house too, but we did that.
Okay, do you want to come over and talk about a couple of the games that we play?
Oh, yeah, we got one more. Let's see. Let's see. Laura says there's community ones that are typically indoor, depending on the weather. She's up in Canada.
Okay.
Isabel from Portugal.
Okay.
Says
hey,
there's
Isabel.
no such thing as an Easter egg hunt in Portugal. That's too bad. We used to have Easter egg hunts in Canada when I was a child, but I think they would still have one even if it was cold.
Wow, that's craziness.
All right. Well, what are we going to talk about? You didn't talk about the food or anything like that. Do you want to?
I can mention for Easter, what I normally make is I'll make Greek and Italian food because our kids get a little tired of Italian food, but the people that are here, in-laws and that sort of thing, love Italian food. So I always make a big pan of lasagna. And then I make Greek food. I made pasticcio, and it's in the freezer. And then I make something called dolmades, where it's oh gosh, sorry, I'm tripping all over myself here. Dolmades is stuffed grape leaves, and It's a meat and rice mixture. We're going to try to get the recipe up because I don't have that one up yet. It's a meat and rice mixture, and you make an egg lemon sauce for it. And it's yummy, very, very yummy. And our kids only get it twice a year. They get it in October for Steve's birthday, and then I make it then, and then I make it for Easter. And so they really love coming because they know they're going to have their fix of Greek and Italian food that they only normally get to have twice a year. So that's kind of fun for them. And then I'm going to have a lot of people, everybody's potlucking. Everybody that's coming is potlucking. So we're also going to have salads. 2 people are bringing salads. We're going to have desserts. Becky, our daughter Becky's making her fresh strawberry pie, and that's on the website. We have another friend bringing a lemon meringue pie, and that's on the website. And then a third person bringing a chocolate pie, and I don't know what her recipe is for that, but we do have a chocolate pie recipe. It's actually a French silk pie without raw egg whites, and Becky actually came up with the recipe, and it is on our website, and it is yummy.
I'll give you guys a link to that in
Okay.
a second, and then we'll talk about some of the games.
All right, and it's a lot of work to pull this off, but so very much fun. And so obviously we'll start with an Easter egg hunt for the grandkids, and then we're going to move into some other fun stuff that Steve is going to talk to you about with water balloons, and let's see what else. And then wiffle ball and eating and food and just really, really fun stuff. Okay, so why are you laughing? What kind of feedback are we getting?
Second, I'm typing a comment.
Okay.
Giving a link.
Okay. We love when you guys share. Please share if you know somebody that would benefit from this broadcast. It always helps if you share us on Facebook and you give us a like on YouTube. That's always a really nice thing.
And the comments. We got more people coming in from Canada. Divya is here.
Hi, Divya.
Tracy says she has the hunt inside.
Yes, the hunt inside. That makes sense.
See. Brenda says hi, happy Easter.
Hi,
Lori
happy Easter.
Jones says colored eggs show up very nicely in the snow.
Oh, true. That is true.
Okay, so let me come around there.
Okay.
And I'm going to move the camera just a little bit so you can keep working.
I'm going to keep working because right now I'm still putting the eucalyptus
Oh, see, I don't know if my head's going to be cut off.
Okay. Still working on filling all the mini vases with eucalyptus.
All right, so we do lots of games with round things.
Which you won't be surprised.
So we're going to do, we do an Easter egg hunt, and that's
Right.
pretty standard. So we aren't going to show you pictures about that, but we hide the eggs outside. I found a way. We use plastic eggs, and we put some coins in them and some candy in them.
Right.
And we hide them. We do kind of like 3 levels of hiding. Some, for the littlest kids, we just leave them in the open. Before that, we always count up the eggs when we start.
Right, that's important. Yes.
And we tell the parents to help the littlest kids, and we tell them how many they should gather.
Right, so it's not the biggest kids get them all.
Right.
We have a total number divided by the kids, and that's how many they're allowed to find.
Right. So that's the Easter egg hunt, and we give them either a bag or a basket, and we do not tell them they have to skip and say tra-la, tra-la.
Right.
We just don't do that.
Right.
No, we don't do that. So that's the Easter egg hunt. And we'll do that probably as soon as the kids get here. Right?
Yeah, pretty quick after they get here. Okay, time out for a second. So I did all the eucalyptus. In the, I have 8 mini vases. And some of them are just jars.
Hold
okay, some of them are old candle jars. They work great for the greenery. And so, like, that's an old candle jar. And the first one I showed you is an old candle jar. And these literally, you can pick them up for $1 at garage sales. Okay, so I got all the eucalyptus in the jars. I have 8 of them. And now I'm putting rosemary. We can grow fresh rosemary here. Oh, it smells so good. So I picked the rosemary, cut snippets of it, and now while Steve's chatting, I'm going to fill the rosemary into to the herb centerpieces. Okay, go ahead. Back to you.
Okay, so that's one game, Easter egg hunt. The other game we play, this is, hold on, I forgot to grab something.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to guess what this is, and I'm gonna come back to it. So I'm gonna pull it out here. Anybody know what this is? Right here.
Somebody's got to know.
You
Somebody
know
has to know what that
You guys
is.
guess for that. I'll come back to that in a minute. Another game we're going to do for the little kids, I looked for games that 3 and 4-year-olds can play on their own, because some of these other games require adult supervision. So we're going to have a couple of other balloon games, and one of them is going to be taking just a regular balloon. This is the coolest thing. I've watched minute-to-win-it videos. I've watched
On YouTube, right?
yeah,
A lot on YouTube.
different games for kids.
Pinterest is great.
We're taking a penny, because we saved this last week by doing something clever with our money, so we have an extra penny. Okay.
I hope we have more than that.
Yeah, we're going to need a few extra pennies.
Okay.
So we put the penny in the balloon. Penny's in the balloon. I don't want any comments about being full of hot air. Okay, so the penny is in the balloon. Tie the balloon. And then the kids can take the penny and they shake the balloon and it runs around inside the balloon continuously. Can you see that? You can kind of see it. And if you drop the balloon on the ground while it's going around, it goes all over the place. So we're expecting that the little kids will be able to do something with this. We don't know if they'll be coordinated enough to do it completely, but it's really cool and it makes a kind of a funny noise. Listen, you hear it winding down. So we're gonna try that. That's one game. And then the second game is we took paper plates and put a little handle on them, and we're gonna let them play tennis with the balloons without the coin in them. And we think that they'll have some fun with that. So little things that they can do, and balloons for little kids are just wonderful. This one has a hole in it.
Oh, weird.
Look at that little hole, defective balloon. But that's okay. So those are a couple games we're going to do for the little kids. Now back to this. I've got to go look at comments and see if anybody guessed what that was.
There's got to be somebody that knows what that is.
I don't see any guesses. Oh, wait, here we go. Do you have a recipe for pasticcio?
We're in the throes of getting that put up.
We just shot the video.
Yes.
Well, Jacinda says it's a slingshot. That's
oh,
close.
very close.
Neil Geske says, any advice for deviled eggs? I'm committed for Sunday and I'm needing some reassurance.
Oh, man. You know what, Neil? I have never learned to do deviled eggs, and I wish I did know that. That is always one of those things that I assign out on New Year's Eve for our New Year's Eve party, and somebody always knows how to make them and brings them. My mom was amazing at making deviled eggs, but she's not with us anymore, and so I can't get that recipe. So I do need to have somebody show us, but like I said, Neil, YouTube or Pinterest they're my go-to, and you will find people, you know, with videos that can show you step by step. You don't have to be afraid. There's got to be somebody out there that can walk you through that.
We had 2 guesses for a slingshot, and then one question said, who is Rosemary?
Okay, so, Rosemary. This is Rosemary. Rosemary is an herb.
Very skinny, short, and green.
Rosemary is an herb, and we grow it here. I think it can get to 20 degrees. And
I've never seen damage from frost.
No, it doesn't. It's not frost sensitive, and it can handle the heat of Arizona. It grows like a weed here, which is awesome. So I never, ever need to buy rosemary.
It's an herb.
It's an herb, and I really should learn to do more with it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some really cool bread recipes with rosemary.
Okay, so you're finishing up the centerpieces
Yes.
that are going to go on our long table, and we're going to
Yes.
take you outside in a little bit
And show
you
that
the table that's going to seat 20
people.
20 people.
Yep.
We're going to show you a light project that we worked on that should have cost about $400, and
it
we'll
didn't
tell you
cost
what we spent.
Anywhere near that.
This is a water balloon launcher. Water balloons are roundish, and so they kind of resemble eggs. And what we like to do at our parties is rather than just sit around and talk
And eat.
And we like to do activities. And we like to do activities that you can't just do on your own. A water balloon launcher takes 3 people to operate. 1 person on each side here holding the slingshot. And that hold this for a second, if you would. Okay. And then you put the water balloon on. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Right there. That's all you have to do. Okay. And then you put a water balloon in here and you pull back on this handle. And the other 2 people hold their arms out like this. So hold your arm out. And then you let it go. And the water balloon flies really far.
Is this called an official water balloon launcher?
Water balloon launcher.
It is called that.
Cost about $4 or $5 each. And I'll give you a link on Amazon. That's where we pick these up. Anyway, what we do is we have 2 sets of them. So we have a little team competition. And I make targets. Last year we used stacked up boxes on top of sawhorses.
Very simple.
This year I'm taking the same sawhorses, and you know what? I'll show them one of the targets. Let me go grab it.
How are you gonna do? Okay, you're gonna go grab it. Okay, and I am busy still. I've got the eucalyptus in my shorter vases, and now I'm adding the rosemary herb. And oh gosh, so this is all from our backyard because it's hot here and everything's green, and so there's no problem finding greenery. And I got this idea for greenery stuff on Pinterest. I like low vases because if you have really tall ones, then you can't see across the table to talk to one another. So I always pick low vases, smaller vases. Here's some really tiny ones that had candles in them.
Edgar wanted to know what you were working on, and now he knows.
All right, so these are the little vases with the greenery. They smell fabulous. And they just have greenery in them. Okay, so Steve, what are you going to do?
This is our water balloon target.
Oh, that's adorable.
This is metal.
He was working on that yesterday, and I didn't see it.
So what I did is I painted it. That's supposed to be an egg. I was going to come back in with a red color outline just to firm it up a little bit. But this is a target, and what it's going to be doing is going to be mounted between 2 pieces of wood down here, 2 2x4s, on a sawhorse. If a water balloon hits this, it'll make noise, it'll bend, it might fall over. But it's interactive. Now, the thing is, water balloon launchers are very difficult to aim because you've got 3 factors going on. You've got a left-hand holder, a right-hand holder, and then the person pulling back on the water balloon. So it's a matter of angle and power. And so last year we had very few actually hit the target. So I'm making bigger targets this year. And so we're going to have 2 big targets like that. And we'll see who hits them. Now, a lot of times, they just go over the fence.
Right.
They hit the ground. Sometimes they explode beforehand.
And we do end up picking up all the pieces of the balloon at the end. But
I'll tell you, this game, the adults, our adult kids, teenage kids that come, and the littlest kids, they all love it.
Oh, they love it.
So it's a lot of fun. Now, another thing we do is we play wiffle ball. But we play wiffle ball differently
than most people?
Well, because we play in a cul-de-sac, and I want to show you what we do. First off, wiffle balls are round, so that's why we use wiffle balls, because they're like eggs.
Oh.
Everything's got to have the egg theme.
Does it?
I lost my wiffle ball.
You lost it? Oh, no, here it is.
Oh, okay, there you go. Now, the cool thing about wiffle balls like this, that are half solid and half open, is that if you spin them hard enough, like if you throw it with the wiffles on one side, the ball will curve. Now, we don't play that competitively, but when the kids were younger, we did. And so that's kind of fun. And this is a harder
When our young adult kids were teenagers.
Right, this is a harder plastic ball than the little small ones, and we use a bigger ball because it's easier to hit. So we play wiffle ball, but we don't require people to run because a lot of times they come in, not their Sunday best, but they come in clothes that aren't designed for running. So we came up with a game where you didn't have to run. So we put a home plate in the cul-de-sac, and then we take a string and hold it here. And we draw an arc with a piece of chalk. And we draw 3 arcs. And the ball, when the batter is up to bat, if the ball goes on a fly past the first line, that's a single. If they hit it and it goes past the second line, that's a double. If they hit it goes past the third line, that's a triple. And then we have another line way out here. If they hit it past that, it's a home run. And for those of you who only understand cricket, I know this is like speaking a foreign language to you. But we have two teams, and so there'll be one team batting and one team in the field. Now, if the ball gets caught on a fly, that's an out. If it hits the ground before the first baseline, that's an out. And if it goes out of the cul-de-sac, that's a foul ball. So we play, and it's so fun because you don't have to run bases. We keep track of the score in our minds, and everybody can play. Even those people who aren't really good at catching or hitting, get up and try.
Okay, and true confessions here. As a child, I grew up playing wiffle ball with my family on weekends when with my uncles and aunts and cousins, we'd all get together if we were over at each other's houses for dinner, and we'd play wiffle ball. So I became really, really good at batting. I can bat, I can hit wiffle balls, but I can't catch to save my life. So I dread being out in the field. And of course, running is probably not my thing either. So I'm grateful that wiffle ball has eliminated the running the bases, but even the catching is terrible for me. But I do love to bat, and I'm good at batting. And so it's a great game to play. And if you really want to get your kids away from tech, this is kind of what we need to start doing with them. We need to play with them so that they'll want to be away from all their technology and experience not dodgeball. Kickball is another great family thing that you can play with your kids. It's very easy to do, and again, everybody can play it. So think about doing some activities like that. Maybe a nearby park. Somebody with a big backyard. There's so many things that you can play together with your kids that are so very important. And playing with your kids and helping them get away from all their technology. The parties that we throw here, we have never had a problem getting kids to put their phones away for a couple of hours. Oh gosh, it would be fun to show them sardines. I don't know how we would play sardines, but that's another game for another time.
Because it's hide and seek in the dark. You're a little hard to think. I'm sharing some links that I haven't been putting up. I'm giving you a place where we get our plastic eggs from. I'm also going to give you a link to water balloon launchers on Amazon. We buy them there, right. and they're really inexpensive and easy. Let me jump over.
Okay, let me just tell you about sardines.
YouTube, and I'll present those there, and then you can talk about sardines.
Yeah, I want to tell.
It's not really an Easter game. It's just
it's not, game. But it is a really, really fun game. So I want to tell you about this game called Sardines. It's hide and seek in the dark. And basically, you congregate in a room like a bathroom or something, and there's one person that hides somewhere in the house. Okay, when you how long did we stay back there for? A minute?
We gave him 2 minutes.
2 minutes in the back room, in our laundry room. And then the person runs through the house, every room in the house, and they hide.
No, they don't run.
Well,
look for one hiding.
They have to look for one hiding spot, but it can be in, we would say, okay, don't go in this room. We would call whatever room was like off for that night, and we'd shut the door or something, and any room that had a door open was on limit instead of off limit. Anyway, 2 minutes, everybody's in the back room, somebody's hiding. Okay, the way it works is when you come out, then you start calling each other's names. The people that are doing the seeking call each other's names. And eventually, when the person is found that is hiding, you sidle up next to them like sardines in a can, and you don't say a word. And so eventually people start to disappear until there's like one person left looking. And by then, everybody's giggling, and so you can pretty much find them everywhere. But literally, we played this with our teenage kids and our young adult kids and their friends. And literally, like, we would play it for 2 hours, and we would want to stop at midnight. And they would all be yelling, no, don't stop. Their technology would be put away, and they didn't care how messy the house was. There were times we played it till 1 or 2 in the morning with our teenagers and young adults.
There were times we found people inside of our two-way fireplace hiding. Yeah. There were times we found people on top of shelf units hiding. There were times we heard the shelf unit break while someone was climbing it to hide. I mean, this is a dangerous game.
But we didn't care because you know us, we got the shelf unit at a garage sale, right? For $10, and Steve fixed it. Steve hid one time on top of the stereo cabinet, and nobody could find it.
I built the stereo cabinet. It's strong.
And the kids were so proud of me. One time I hid underneath a table of toys that was in the boys' room when we had the table of toys, and I snuck in behind their hamper, and it took forever for them to find me. And my kids actually congratulated me that I found a good hiding spot. So please play with your children, even your teenagers and your young adults. Play with them.
Okay, one other thing we do on Easter, and we used to do this every year. I can't find it right now, but I did put a link up to it. Is a thing called resurrection eggs.
Yes.
We do try to. We don't force the spiritual aspect of Easter on
the
people.
holiday.
We do talk about it, and it's very important to us. But this was a gift that was given to us, and resurrection eggs are just plastic eggs, and there's 12 of them, and each one of them tells a part of the story of the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus.
You want to find them? Do you want me to find them?
Can you find them?
I think I know where they are.
Okay.
Let me go look.
So we'll go look at those in a second. But that's one of the other things we do. Now remember, before we finish tonight, we're going to do a couple other things. We're going to take you outside and show you the table that's set for 21 people. We're going to show you the light project we did, and talk about a few other things. But Annette, oh gosh, she wants to do some pretzel bark. I don't know if we're going to get to that tonight. Today she made Italian spaghetti sauce, which is another recipe we have on our YouTube channel. It's over here, but I'm not going to go over there right this minute. And I hear her rummaging around in our storage room, so hopefully she'll find that. So the games we do, let's recap. We're going to do an Easter egg hunt. We use water balloon launchers for target practice with water balloons, and the kids love them. And these are about $3 or $4 each. And if you get really good ones with very strong elastic, they launch the balloons probably 100 to 200 feet. Now, I also, because these are latex, I store them in a Ziploc bag so that the latex doesn't dry out. That's just another thing I do, and I do that with the balloons.
Did you give them all a link to our blog on the 8 Easter decorations
on
and
the
traditions?
show notes and the intro notes on Facebook, and show notes in YouTube.
Okay, so I'm going to read you the little poem, but we talk about, you know what, this is in the member only section, I think, of our website. So
I put a link to, you can buy these on Amazon.
Okay.
So,
or you can make them and give them as gifts. They're really, inside each of these eggs is a scripture and a symbol of some part of Christ's death, burial, and resurrection. Enjoy sharing the significance of this miraculous season with your family and friends in a variety of ways. Have each person open an egg in random order and discuss the symbol in the scripture. Begin 11 days before Easter Sunday and open one egg each day as a personal or family devotion. One year we just had all the kids pick an egg, and then they opened them up, and then there was a number. They're numbered 1 through 11, and we had them each read the egg.
So in this one, there is some tape and a little raisin that is really dried out, and it says,
it's old.
It says The Last Supper, Luke 22:15 through 20.
I think because they drank wine, and so there's a raisin in there.
It's food.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a different color.
There was one year, Joe was 3 years old, and he spent every day going through these resurrection eggs.
So this one here.
But before long, all the food items were missing.
Okay, this one is number 2. Judas betrayed Jesus. And inside of this is a piece of silver. Well, it's not really. It's a dime.
It's a dime.
So this is a lot of fun, and it makes the Bible story, the Bible account. They aren't stories; they're true accounts. makes them more real. This one, oh, look at this. Oh,
Which one is that?
This is they took communion together, but the piece of paper is missing.
Oh my
So we're
gosh.
gonna have to
go
clean
through
these
and
fix it before tomorrow.
But
anyway, resurrection eggs are a lot of fun, very interactive. The kids will look forward to that kind of tradition every year.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we're pretty much done here. Do we want to do the bark? What do you want to do
No,
next? Or do you want to go outside?
let's go outside first.
Okay.
But anyway, so let's carry out. Can I carry out some of these or put them on a tray and carry them out?
Do whatever you want.
What should I do?
I'll take the camera. So I'm going to go behind the camera and pick up the laptop and the camera and go out. And we've got lights outside.
Okay, so I'm going to carry some of these out. We need to lock up the dogs, do we? Okay. This is going to get, yeah. The doggies are going to be running around. Okay.
We should, wait, before we go.
Yeah?
We should probably just see if we have any other comments,
Oh, yeah, answer some questions. Good idea.
So let me just scroll down here. Who is Rosemary? Hello from Alabama, from Gail.
Hello, Gail. Hello, Rosemary.
Let's see.
What do you guys think about playing with your kids? Do you think they'd go for it? Do any of you already do that? Have you thought about how to engage your kids and play with them? I know sometimes people do that with grade school kids, but have you ever thought about doing it with your teenagers?
Neil says playing with your kids is a blessing that responds on steroids. So in other words, you get back way more than you put out.
Yes.
Let's see. Do you all? Jacinda says, do you all do Easter baskets? Oh,
oh my gosh! Yes, we used to. We don't now because they don't live at home. But even when they were teenagers, we did Easter baskets, and basically, I would put together stuff, and Steve would do something called jelly bean trails. And we would hide the Easter baskets. He would literally set a jelly bean trail all through the house. And the start of all the jelly bean trails, it would have one special thing from each of the kids. Like for Joe, it was his baseball helmet because he played baseball. For Abby, it would have been a favorite stuffed animal or a baby doll. Every one of the kids had something special to start their jelly bean trail, so they knew which trail was theirs. And then there was no telling. Literally, it would take Steve 2 to 4 hours to set the jelly bean trails the night before Easter, and he would do that every year for the kids all through the house. They were hidden in the atrium. They were hidden in the dryer.
Sometimes I hung them outside on the string.
Yep, and they look forward to the jelly bean trail every year. And then
there's a picture of the start of the jelly bean trail on the blog I just put a link to.
Okay.
And I think one year Roy got his trumpet was the start of the was a baseball catcher's mask. I think Becky's was a horse.
Yes, that sounds right.
Abby, I don't know if it was her clogging shoes. Or
I don't know what it was, but it was so fun that when Abby was like the second one to get married, and she was young, and her fiance was young. And so she begged us to do an Easter basket and a jelly trail for him. So he ran over here early on Easter morning before church because he wanted to experience the jelly bean trail and the Easter basket. Okay. So much fun.
All right, we're going to go outside.
All right. We've had some great traditions over the years, and they change as the situation with the kids change. Okay. I'm carrying the greenery out to the table that I just put together.
And here we go. Out to the back door. You can see the table here has, these are marble eggs that Annette's collected. And now we're going out the door as it's closing. So I got to get that out. Here we go. Outside. And hopefully I don't lose any cables. That's good. And we are outside on the patio.
Oh, it's gorgeous out here.
And look at that table. That is an 8-foot table. And then 2 6-foot folding tables, all lined up. And what's really cool about this is there's 2 tablecloths. There's a green overlay on it, kind of a sheer overlay. Hold on, we're still broadcasting. It should come back. Yep, we're back. There, it'll come back here. So sorry about that. We pulled the cable out of the camera. So I was showing you the chairs. These are just standard rental chairs, and our dogs are moving around.
Oh, maybe
here,
that's
so.
part of the problem.
Yeah. So we got these for $4 a piece. I think we got 50 of them. So it was really a good deal. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm down here. Can they see me?
It's a little dark down there.
Okay. Well, I'm down at the end of the banquet table, and it's because the weather's so beautiful, we're doing it outside, and we decided to make one long table because it was more unifying.
I said that.
You did say all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Rather than separate tables, did you explain? Okay. And what you're seeing is all the chairs, which we're so grateful for. And so I put the herbal centerpieces in the middle along with candles. And of course, you know me, I found a great deal on those candles. And I think they were 60 cents each. And I use them every year for Easter. And it looks so pretty. And we'll use our white plates. I have Corelle white plates. We rolled silverware today and tied a purple ribbon around it. And we'll have our delicious food and our delicious, so our Greek food, our Italian food, our salads, and all the desserts that will be coming. Mm-hmm. And it should be a lot of fun tomorrow. We'll be doing the Easter egg hunt. We'll be doing the water balloon games. And we'll be doing Wiffle Ball after dinner. So, and then I did make I am going to have some appetizers. I cut up all the veggies for a veggie platter, and we'll have some chips and dip as appetizers before, because we have a lot of games that we're going to play before we do dinner.
Right. Okay, and one of the projects we just finished.
Oh, yeah.
The patio was a project we did 2012, I think. And these are all old bricks from a warehouse that was torn down in Phoenix, and there are close to 15,000 of them on the patio. And that was a big chore. We extended the patio another 15 feet beyond the pillars.
Gosh, I can't believe how the lights make a difference. They're awesome.
Now the lights hanging around the edge, we picked up at Walmart. These are little LED lights up here. We picked up at Walmart after Christmas for about $4 a string. And so we're using them. They used to be out over the patio, but they didn't do so well outside. So we've lined the inside of the patio. Here, we'll go around this way. There's the net. And they're up high on the top of the patio. They go all the way around. Because
we don't really have patio lights. And so we put these along the eaves, and then we have kerosene lanterns by the pillars that we're going to light for even more light. Can you see by each pillar there's hanging a kerosene lantern. So everything should be very nicely lit up.
We just lost focus. Hold on. Let's get some light on there. Come on, give me some focus. There we go. Come on, focus.
It came in and came out.
Here's my hand. There's focus. Okay, but the coolest thing was outside.
Here, I can carry stuff.
What do you need? Go get the remote for the lights.
The remote for the lights. Okay.
Yeah. So over here.
This is all tangled up here.
It's okay. Can you get the remote for the lights? So out here, we hung 150 feet of LED lights. And these are the lights that they sell at Costco for $80 a string. And they're, I think they're 48 feet for each light. We found them on eBay for $35 a string. They were open box. And they come with remotes, so we can change the colors. I don't know if we'll ever use these colors. I like the white all by itself.
I like the green. The green is cool.
Maybe we'll use that for St. Patrick's Day, but that's already passed.
The green matches the Easter stuff.
Okay. And so we strung them. We strung them up. I ran electrical, and now our whole patio is ready for parties. And then the rest of the yard. This year Easter is early, and so our grass isn't growing. So the rest of the yard isn't all that pretty right now. But the green lights on the patio look really nice, and so do the red. Charlie Brown Christmas all over again. So I think we're pretty much done, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we are.
So we'll
yes,
come
we'll
back
get some
over here.
recipes up soon. We're hoping to do the dolmades and the pasticcio, get that up on the website. And actually, we'll get an edited video on YouTube as well. Okay, so this is Annette and Steve Economides, and we want to say Happy Easter, Happy Passover, if you're celebrating Passover. And thank you for letting us share some of our fun family traditions and what we're doing to decorate and prepare for this holiday. And we'll see you in about 3 weeks because we're going to be traveling next week and the week after. So are going to be off here for a couple of weeks, but we'll let you know. You can always check our website, moneysmartfamily.com, and we have a banner that announces every week's show.
Or you can sign up for our free email newsletter, and we always tell you what we're going to be doing in the email newsletter before it happens. So that'll be coming out. We got one coming out on the 1st, and we send one out on the 15th, so you'll get a heads up on what we're going to do for the next
And
live.
all you have to do is go to our homepage, and there's 2 places where you can click on.
Up in the top corner of the website, top right corner, there's a thing that says free email newsletter. You sign up there, we'll put you on the list, and we just send it out twice a month. We may send out once, maybe twice a year. We may send out an extra one if there's a special announcement. But for right now, that's what we're doing, and we hope you join us there.
Yes, thank you. Have a great holiday weekend. Bye-bye.